Today, we're talking about Detroit Lions news. We're going to be covering that for you. Lions in training camp, the dates were released. We'll get into those dates, what it means for our Detroit Lions. Frank Ragnow leaves a hole. What does that mean for the Lions going into training camp? Lions urged to sign a defender before the Chicago Bears do, and ranking the NFC North quarterbacks. But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of the Detroit Lions, go ahead and hit that like button. Why is that? Because when you hit it, it pushes the video out there, and I appreciate that. Let's go. Lions fans, here you go. Here is the dates for you to check out training camp right there. Saturday, July 26, 8:30 a.m. You can see the Lions, but it's only season ticket holders only. To the public, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, all at the same times. Monday, Wednesday, all the dates for training camp, you got it right there. Now, if you want to go to training camp, just FYI, make sure you get tickets because now you're going to do the Lions. Are a popular football team. And sometimes they have practices, folks, that they're not even really suiting up. So if you're going to go to practice, you want to see practice. Usually it's a couple hours long, but sometimes they do have a practice that's like 45 minutes long. Make sure you don't go to that practice. You will be disappointed unless you're in the area and it's quite easy for you. But there you go. You got the training camp is available. And you could go ahead and registration begins July 15 to go ahead and sign up on the Lions website to be able to get tickets to go to training camp. So make sure you do that. It's a real fun time. Take the family and all of that to go to Lions training camp. Are you going to go to camp this year? Y for yes and N for no. Give me your thoughts in the comments right now. The Lions have released Smith this offseason, bringing him back or acquiring another pass rusher via free agency or trade. Trey Hendrickson looms as a top trade target. Would be wise, wrote Knox. The Lions are not trading for Trey Hendrickson. Boom. Let's get it out there. But what about Zadarius Smith? Or it's talking about Jadeveon Clowney and all that type of stuff. Look, the Lions are not going to make a trade for Trey Hendrickson. But if they would like to get a pass rusher, there is some pass rushers currently available. You got Jadeveon Clowney. You got Matthew Judon, Zadarius Smith. And the Lions are right now not urged to sign a player. They'll probably wait, if they're going to do that, closer to training camp or as they get everything set, what they need to have specifically in the roster at that point. So, look, they're not going to trade, but if the Bears make a trade for Trey Hendrickson or if the Bears pick up a pass rusher, that's what the Bears are going to do. We're not that Bears. We have a different general manager. We build the roster differently. We're generally doing it through the draft. We're not doing it through trades. We're not doing it through free agency. But I would love to bring Zadarius Smith back, and I think a lot of people would agree to this one. To have Smith back would be great. It would be really, really good. Sorry, guys. My back is killing me, so I have to lay like this right now. So the Lions right now, they're being urged all over the place to sign players, and they haven't done it yet, right? I even would love them to get Zadarius Smith. I would love for them to have another pass rusher, but right now they feel like they're perfectly fine. And, it's just, I don't think they're perfectly fine. I personally would like to have another pass rusher, but they believe in Marcus Davenport. They believe that he can stay healthy. They love Marcus Davenport. They love him. They think that he can stay healthy. So that's a big cog. And look, he's big. He's a big body. He's everything that the Lions would love to have in a pass rusher. We love what he can do on the field. The problem is he's not on the field. He's injured. That's the concern is. Hassanin, they believe in Hassanin, but he's developmental, and they know that too, so don't think that he's going to be pushed out there or anything like that. He's going to be a developmental player, but they're trusting the process. And you already heard Zadarius Smith speak at the BET Awards that he would like to come back to Detroit. He would like to come back here, and it seems like it's going to happen, right? It just hasn't happened yet. It just has not occurred at this moment. And so I don't think that the Lions should be pressed right now. You got to get Jadeveon Clowney. You got to get this. You got to get that. Just wait. Just training camp ain't started yet. These are veterans too. If they do need help, these guys do not need to be signed at the moment. It's giving me hope, right? For week 1 that we could get somebody else. I don't know if they will or don't. I would like Smith to come in here. Of all these options, and we have talked about this position endlessly on this channel. I'm sure you're tired of hearing about it on other channels. Everybody's talked about it, but I'm going to trust Brad Holmes. I want another pass rusher, but I'm going to trust Brad Holmes. With that said, it'd be really good to get another guy in here of Smith's caliber. Smith's caliber. That means just get Zadarius Smith. That's all we need. I don't need a 10-sack guy. I don't need any of that. All I need is a guy that I know that can be there on Sundays. If Davenport's not playing or if there's more injuries, he can go out there and do it. So, do you want the Lions to sign Zadarius Smith? Why for yes and for no? Frank Ragnow's departure presents questions for the Detroit Lions here, and there's a lot of questions. Offensive line. Who is going to be where? We have zero idea. And it doesn't even week 1 doesn't even, say Ratledge doesn't start at center. He could be center by, a certain week. Could be Graham Glasgow. We don't even know. We don't know if it's going to be Ratledge. We have these players. We don't know where they're going to be. And that is absolutely uncertainty. 100,000%. It's okay to say that it is uncertainty because it is. You lost a great player in Frank Ragnow. Okay? Can't just replace him. Then we had Zeitler, who was great at guard. 2 veteran pieces, 2 very good veteran pieces, no longer on the offensive line. So that 100 is going to be a problem. I think he'll get fixed. It's going to be slow. I think it's going to be a slow thing here. Look how this is going to go. I think it's going to be a slow process, but this offense will pick up. I don't think that the offense is going to fall off a cliff. I've seen 2025 offensive rankings. The Lions not even in the top 5. I think that's ridiculous. The Lions, Mahogany, I think, can absolutely replace Zeitler. Still, I wanted to have Zeitler back because we're a Super Bowl team. But I think he can replace it, right? Tate Ratledge is going to get that other spot. And Graham Glasgow. The Graham Glasgow is the one that bothers me the most out of everybody because he's an older veteran and he didn't do as good last year. But we need that veteran presence because, we lost 2 pieces. And so it's important that we get this taken care of. But they're going to figure it out in training camp, folks. We're going to figure it out who is going to be where on the offensive line, who's going to be what, and who's going to be doing all of that. Talk about the NFC North. Let's talk about the NFC North. And I'm going to take myself off here really quick. Let's talk about the NFC North, though. And what ranking, where are the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff, in the NFC North quarterback rankings? Where do you have Jared Goff in the NFC North quarterback rating? Well, you can check out the Pride of Detroit article. Shout out to them. This is what happens. There's nothing going on, so we have to go by articles and kind of make up stuff. But here in the NFC North, I look at this, and number 4 on this list, we'll just go backwards. And it sucks because I think J.J. McCarthy actually could be decent because the offense of the Minnesota Vikings is so good. They got great offensive line. They got great players, but he is kind of like the rookie. So I'll go with him with number 4 just because of that. Number 3, we're going to go Caleb Williams here from the Chicago Bears. I think, he's going to get better with Ben Johnson, clearly. I think that he has a lot of growing to do, and I don't know if it's going to happen this year. They've had a kind of a tumultuous offseason in Chicago in regards to Caleb Williams not even wanting to be in Detroit. So this is a weird thing. Where do you have Jared Goff ranked in the NFC North? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Number 2, we're going to go with Jordan Love here, strictly on veteran ability. I think Caleb Williams probably could pass. I think that JJ could probably pass Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love is what we see he is. I don't think he's going to come out here and be crazy elite at some point, and I think what we've seen from him is exactly what he is. He's a solid player, a solid quarterback, but is he the game changer, the game wrecker? Is he Aaron Rodgers? Is he Brett Favre, the era of Green Bay that we all have gotten tired of seeing throughout the last 40 years? No, I don't see him being that. No. Number 1, Jared Goff. Why is that? Because Jared Goff, top 5 quarterback in all stats last year, but he lost Ben Johnson. I don't care. He's still reading the defense. He's still throwing the football. He's still calling the play. Yes, you can have a good play caller, but you still got to do these things. And Jared Goff is doing it. And it's not like Ben Johnson is saying, hey, look to the second read, now throw. That was not what's taking place. Jared Goff read the defense, throw the football, and I think he's still going to be the best quarterback in the NFC North. I do. I think he should be considered number 1, because why wouldn't he be? Just because we lost Ben Johnson? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. The Lions are having the best quarterback situation right now. Maybe in the future it changes, obviously, but right now, still with all the Lions and all the players on this football team, I got to give Jared Goff that number 1 spot. But it's gonna J.J. McCarthy is going to be the fun one to watch, because you don't really know at this point. They got so many weapons, and I think he's better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold did pretty good, so we'll see. See, we don't know. But I still got Jared Goff up there. What about you guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.